please welcome the writer and comedian, the marvelous Mahlena Ray Johnson. Thank you so much. Yes, wow, okay. Yes, I am Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I have to thank Maria for inviting me. It's so exciting, and to be following Jackie Cation, that's, okay, great. And yes, to be following Jackie Cation is like, wow, super cool. So I will tell my first theme-related joke. I went home for Christmas break one time to see my mother, and I should preface this by saying that I have issues with my tummy. I wish it were flatter. And my mother said to me, Mahlena, it looks like your stomach is protruding. It looks like you're pregnant. Are you? And I said, yes, Mommy, I am pregnant with the love child of Ronald McDonald and Colonel Sanders. No, I'm just fat, jeez. My love of carbohydrates does not mean a grandchild for you, it means a potbelly for me. So yes, I would love to give my mother a grandchild one day. The problem is that to have a baby, you have to make a baby, and no one really wants to make a baby with me. Aww, so yeah, I am single, and I am also unemployed. And I recently turned 29, so you know what that means. I have one more year until I have officially failed at adulthood. Yeah. Oh, wow. Because at 20, when you're single and unemployed, people are like, oh, you have your whole life ahead of you. But when you're 30 and single and unemployed, people are like, ooh, you haven't figured this out yet? No, I have not. So yes, single, there are things you should not say to single people, especially to single ladies. Things like, you're too picky, or you should enjoy being single. One woman actually said to me, have you tried online dating? Have you heard of eHarmony? Now she is talking to a single lady over 25, asking me if I've heard of eHarmony. That is like asking Mel Gibson if he's heard of Happy Hour. That is like asking Puff Daddy if he's heard of a remix. I have one too, okay. Yes, I have heard of eHarmony, and I will come out of the online dating closet right now and say that I am on eHarmony. Oh, thank you for the clapping. Okay. And I'm looking around the room, and I know that I'm not the only one on eHarmony. How do I know this? Because the company is still in business, and I know that eHarmony could not turn a profit solely based on Malena's failed hopes and dreams. Okay, good. Okay, so that's my unemployment. Okay, so I've been networking a lot, going to networking events, and at these events you're supposed to tell people who you are and what you want to do. Now I get a very different response from the men than I do from the women. I tell the men who I am and what I want to do, and they're like, oh, that's great, good for you, good luck with that, and then they walk away. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Now with the women, when I tell them who I am and what I want to do, this is their response. Oh my gosh! Now, I'm not sure why they get so impressed or what I say that wasn't such a response. Then I think about what I'm telling these people. First, I tell them that I have written a novel and I'm working on my second one. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're an author? Yes. No one really bought the first book, but I wrote it, so it still counts. Thank you. The second thing I tell them is that I have started performing stand-up comedy, and they're like, oh, you're so brave. They act like I'm going to Afghanistan. I just stand on stage and perform jokes to strangers. Now, who here has not done that? Oh, wow. Okay, so the third thing I tell them is that I would like to start my own online television television network for young women. And they're like, woo! By this time, they can't even form words. It's just, woo! And I realized that with the books, the performing on stage, and my own television network to these women, I am their attainable version of meeting Oprah. I am a poor lady's Oprah. Now, Oprah and I have a few other things in common. We are both round in the middle. Not round like we have to be airlifted out of our houses. Round like we enjoy cake, and I do. The second thing that Oprah and I have in common is that we're a similar shade of brown. Not the unidentifiable ethnicity type of brown, like The Rock or Lou Diamond Phillips. No, the type of brown that says our ancestors were not brought to this country voluntarily. And the third thing that I have in common with Oprah is that when we get excited, we like to sing out our sentences. For instance, please welcome to the stage, Jamie Foxx! A lot of laughter, okay. So, Oprah and I have some things not in common. Most obviously, she is a self-made billionaire. And again, I don't have a job. And my mother likes to tell her friends and our relatives that I don't have a job. Okay, so and our friends and relatives like to tell her, Mahlena should go work for Oprah. And she tells me this every time they say it. She asks me, Mahlena, have you considered going to work for Oprah? She's asking me, a film school graduate who is obsessed with television, if I have considered going to work for the most famous woman on the planet. That is like asking me if I've heard of eHarmony. And yes, I have. And thank you. That is my time. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. We might have a little bit of feedback going on. Are we? Try